Somebody's supposed to meet you, miss?
Why, yes. I'm Miss Allison. There should be somebody here.
Not Webb Allison's daughter of the Two Diamonds.
That's right.
Why, it don't seem possible. I remember when you left for the East several years ago. How you have grown up. And into a right pretty young lady, too.
Thank you. Everything seems the same here at Loma.
Well, it may seem the same, but it's not. Things have changed. The cattlemen used to run this town. Now it's full of rustlers, outlaws, and gamblers.
Nothing wrong at the Two Diamond, is there?
No, ma'am. That's too far from town. And your father knows how to run things. Well, just make yourself to home. Your father be here before long, I'm sure. Must have been detained somewhere. Good morning.
Thank you.
Get the boys together and meet me at the Red Star.
Agent. Yeah?
Number 10 on time?
No. Be about an hour late. Probably make some of that up, though.
Thanks. Sounds kind of quiet, huh?
It ain't nothing unusual.
Stranger here?
No.
No? Well, you're from the East, ain't you?
Are you employed here?
You mean, do I work on the railroad? Yeah, that's rich.
I thought perhaps you did, that it was your job to annoy railroad patrons.
Say, you know, I like you even when you talk like that. Well, but you tell me this one thing. Are you going to stay in this country?
Well, that depends entirely on the country.
You know, you're the coldest female I've ever seen.
And you know, I'm not interested in your opinion of me. Goodbye.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Well, Miss Allison, not gone yet?
No?
You're having quite a wait, ain't you?
I should say so. Oh, by the way, who is that man that asked about train number 10?
One new bunch around here. Gambles a lot. Don't seem to work much.
What's his name?
Art Holden. They call him Silver Spurs.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, here comes number 10. And as usual, over an hour late.
Yes, just like my father.
Yeah. You know, miss, that box has got more money in it than I made in 20 years.
My, you have a lot of responsibilities, haven't you?
Oh, yes. But the boys in the bank come over and pick it up right away. It won't be here long.
Stuff get here?
Yeah. Sign for it and take it away. Don't stop in any saloon on your way back to the bank.
Up with them. Up with them and get them up quick.
Do you know, this is the third time that station's been robbed this month.
Well, where's the sheriff?
Never around when anything happens.
Are you Miss Allison?
Yes. Were you looking for me?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why you were so long.
Oh, was I long? Did you hear about the rumpus in the station?
A rumpus? Really?
You're not used to being kept waiting, are you?
No, I'm not. You work for my father?
Yes, ma'am. I'm his foreman.
Well, why didn't he come for me?
He doesn't generally explain things like that to me.
Oh, I see. You just do as you're told.
Did you get in, miss? Oh, I see. You want a little help.
Just as little as I possibly can get from you.
Get up.
How's everything at the ranch?
Oh, we're going to have a good season.
Has there been any trouble?
Trouble? What kind of trouble?
Trouble of any kind.
Oh, none to speak of. Of course, when men own property and money, why, other men try to get it away from them. That causes trouble, if that's what you're talking about.
Like that holdup at the station.
That's right. I have an idea that was Silver Spurs in his gang. You know, he picked trouble for his career.
Silver Spurs. He led that attack. I recognized him.
He didn't annoy you, did he?
Yes, he did. You know, I can't imagine a holdup like that in broad daylight.
I can't either. Folks are scared of that gang around here. You know, the law is kind of broken down. Ooh, steady, son. Hold it. Ooh. Pardon me, miss. I've got some harness to fix.
What did you come down here for? Aren't we going through Dry Creek?
No, we're going to circle the valley.
Yes, but that'll mean an all-night ride.
Yeah, but it'll be a safer one for you.
What do you mean?
I mean that Holden and his gang hang out in Dry Creek. They had quite a start on us from town. I wouldn't be a bit surprised at what they'd be waiting there for us. I mean you.
Oh, I see. You're afraid, aren't you?
So you seem to think.
Well, I'm not, and I'm leaving for Dry Creek right now.
Oh, no, you're not.
I hate you.
Well, that's your business, ma'am. But it's my business to see that you get to the ranch without anything happening to you.
You're a coward, and you're afraid.
Yes. I'm afraid that you and I will never get along. Get up!
I must have been asleep.
Yeah, for about 15 miles. Won't be long, though. We're pretty close to the ranch. Cold?
No, thank you.
Get up.
Well, Janet! Well, what held you up? I thought you never would get here.
Well, we took the long way home and circled the valley.
But why?
Ask the mastermind. He'll tell you.
Anyway, you're back home again, honey, and I'm mighty glad to have you. I thought that maybe your eastern trip would have ruined you for this life.
I haven't changed a bit, and I still think you're the best dad in the world.
Gee, ain't she a pip, Jim?
Keep your mind on your business and bring that trunk in.
So you called Jim Fentriss a coward because he wouldn't drive you through Dry Creek.
Well, don't you think I was right in calling him one?
From what happened at the station, I think he did exactly right. Come in. Oh, leave the grips right there, Jim.
I have some mail for you, Mr. Allison.
Thanks.
I think that's all of it.
Oh, here's a letter for you, Jenna.
Oh, it's from Peggy Wyman. She's coming for a visit.
Oh, fine. We'll be glad to have her.
She'll arrive at Loma tomorrow morning.
I hate to have Jim make that trip again.
No. You're right, Dad. You better send one of the other boys. You know, Peggy's a very charming girl.
Getting jealous already?
Morning, Jim. Morning.
How's the village, Jim?
Oh, fine.
Jim. Listen, kid. Holden treats his men fair. They don't have to work their shaps off. It's easy dough.
But what about the law?
You don't notice the law bothering Holden any, do you?
I guess it's never bothered you much either, Durango.
I'll say it hasn't.
Morning, Mr. Jim.
Morning.
Chow'll come right up.
Thanks. Wait a minute, kid. I wouldn't hang around Durango if I were you. It won't do you any good.
What I do is my business. You keep out of it. That's Durango. He's bad medicine.
You're right. What I gotta find out is how many men are lined up with him. And I'll take care of Durango.
Oh, Jim, send dude to Loma with the buckboard to meet the morning train from the east. Pick up a girl by the name of Peggy Wyman.
Peggy Wyman.
Mm-hmm.
Say, what's this turning out to be, a seminary?
You'll find out. Howdy.
Howdy. Your name Allison?
Yeah?
You ever hear of a man named Harlan from over Sunset Pass?
Harlan? You referring to a man they called Drag because he had a way of pretending to drag at one of his guns while he snaked the other out like lightning?
Boy, you old tail twister, you knowed me all the while, didn't you?
How could I ever forget that honorary face of yours? I'm glad to see you, Drag.
I'm sure glad to see you, Webb. Well, say, you got some outfit here.
Mm-hmm. Take a walk around with me. I'd like you to have a look at the layout.
Yeah,
What are you doing in this part of the country? Looking for a job?
I got a job. Big one. Governor sent me.
The governor?
Yeah.
Why?
There's been talk that this county's being run to suit the lawbreakers. Sheriff and other authorities ain't doing their part.
Things are pretty bad. I've been suspicious that some of my own men are mixed up with Holden and Snell.
Well, I'm here to get Holden and everybody that's hooked up with him. Well, I wish you'd keep what I told you under your sombrero. I'm just an old pal visiting me. Savvy?
I won't let on. I'll show you the outfit later. Go ahead and eat. The boys will look after your pony.
Good morning, Mr. Fentriss.
Good morning, ladies.
Won't you join us?
No, thank you. I have too much work to do at the ranch. You'll excuse me?
Certainly. Why do you treat him so coolly when you like him so well?
And what makes you think that I like him so well?
Well, I haven't been here for 2 weeks without noticing the way you look at me.
Oh, yes? Well, how about you and Dude? I notice that you're not losing any time. Oh, but come on. I'll beat you at the ranch.
Okay.
What's the idea of following me around?
I want to have a talk with you, kid. Come on in the barn.
Have a nice ride, Peggy?
Fine.
You mind your own business. One of these days, I'll blow your head off.
I'm just trying to keep you out of trouble, kid.
That's a laugh. Trying to keep me out of trouble. And listen here. Durango's all right. He's a darn good cowhand. He's going to make a lot of money. A whole lot more than you'll ever do.
I just want to keep you on the right track.
I don't want your advice about anything. And if you don't like my style, why don't you fire me? Like you said you were going to fire Durango. Now, get out of here before I go for my gun.
All right, kid. If that's the way you feel about it.
I'll be riding by the east camp about noon. How about meeting me there?
All right.
I've got to go to work.
What are you doing here?
Why, I was just riding by, and I thought I'd...
So that's it. You came here to meet her. Well, get going. I'll be the reception committee.
Oh, now listen, Durango.
You heard me. Beat it! Welcome to our little nest.
You've been looking for trouble for a long time, Durango. You pull yourself together, come to the ranch and get your pay. This country's not big enough for the both of us.
Stop your crying, will you? After all, it's all over with, and you're lucky it turned out as it did.
No, Janet, but what if Mr. Fentriss saw me?
Well, if he did, he thinks it was I. Why did you have to use my horse?
I don't know, Janet, but what am I going to do?
Oh, there, Peggy. Don't feel so badly. Everything's going to be all right. I tell you what. Why don't you stay here and rest for a while? And you'll feel much better. Will you do that?
I'll try.
All right, honey. Looking for someone?
Well, yes. Dude. Seen him around?
No. Were you expecting him here?
Why, hardly here. I wanted to fire him.
Why? What's happened?
Neglecting his work.
Neglecting his work? How?
Women. Been following him around too much.
But after all, you can't blame him for that. You know, I think there are a lot worse characters on this ranch than Dude. Say, for instance, Durango or the Yuma Kid.
I fired Durango.
And the Yuma Kid.
Excuse me. Who are you packing in on the horse?
Durango. The boys found him dead outside the east cabin.
Dead?
Yeah. Beat up bad and then shot through the heart.
Know anything about the shooting?
No. Well, who could have done it?
We've sent for the sheriff. He should be here pretty quick. Here he comes now. Who's that with him?
Holden.
Now, keep cool. Sheriff will be looking for an excuse to make trouble. Don't give him that.
Come here. Do you know that Durango was just found dead at the east cabin?
How do you know?
Dad and the boys just brought him in.
Oh.
Now listen, Peggy. You've got to go home.
All right. I'll start packing right away.
The killing happened on your ranch, Allison. Funny no one knows anything about it. You were at the East Camp, weren't you, Fentriss?
Not when Durango was killed.
You never did get along with Durango, did you?
No, not very well. You see, he wasn't such a good worker, that is, for this outfit.
Just what is your interest in this, Holden?
Holden is my deputy. He's going to help me solve this murder.
I hope you do better than you did at Loma. You didn't make any arrests there after that last holdup.
Them robbers at Loma were strangers, and they got away clean.
It's silly to say that, Sheriff, when one of the robbers is right here now.
What do you mean? Where is he?
The man on your left.
Who, him? Oh, you're dead wrong, young lady. Art Holden was at Dry Creek with me all that day.
I guess that settles it, fellas. The sheriff never sees double unless he's drunk.
All right, laugh. But Durango's killer won't laugh when I get him.
Come see us again, Peggy. And don't get homesick so soon the next time.
I'll try not to, Mr. Allison. And thanks for the good time.
Well, let's get underway.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Listen, Mr. Fentriss. I was the girl in that cabin. It wasn't Janet.
Oh, so that's it. Thanks.
Did you kill Durango?
Why, no.
I'm glad you didn't.
Oh, Peggy, here's your ticket. We better step on it.
Well, goodbye. And take good care of Janet.
Thanks.
Shall we go, Jim?
Yes.
You thought I was in that cabin. That's why you didn't explain about Durango.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way. And you thought I shot Durango.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way.
Oh, so that's why you sent Miss Wyman away so quick.
And it seems to me that we were trying to shield each other, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. Whoa! Excuse me, miss, but it's just about time to put on the nose bag.
Food? And am I hungry?
Yep, I had the cook fix this up. Thought it'd come in handy.
You think of everything, don't you?
Oh, don't kid me now.
Well, it's heavy, too.
I think there's a good place right up here.
Well, this is a lot different than our first trip through here.
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Oh, I bet you were disgusted with me.
No, I wasn't. I liked you from the first time I met you.
And I liked you because you didn't give me my own way.
Yeah? You know, my horse felt the same way you did when I first met him.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, wait a minute. Don't get mad. I was only fooling. Come on, help me with this lunch, will you?
All right.
Come on. I don't know what he's got in here.
Well, it looks good. What's this?
Boy, I hope he didn't make this out of that horse that died last week.
You know this range pretty well, don't you, Webb?
I ought to. I've been riding it for a number of years.
Ever seen this place before?
Yep, once when I first came here. The boys call that Lost Canyon. It ain't no good for anything. Even the cattle won't go near it.
That's what you think. Look. Right next to that big, funny-looking rock is a shack.
A shack?
Yeah. Holden's hangout. Things getting clear to you now?
Mm-hmm. They run stolen stock in there, rebrand it, and drive to Dry Creek. Pretty slick. You find it?
No, one of the other men. Governor's got a half a dozen of them here. Oh, I know what you're thinking. You'd like to ride in there and start something. Wouldn't do you any good.
Why not?
Because you can't depend on your own outfit.
Well, what's your advice?
Lay low and do nothing. Sooner or later, the governor's men will round up the whole caboodle.
Great. And I'll be there when the fireworks start. Come on, Drag.
I'm awful sorry about Peggy, being that she was such a good friend of yours.
She is a good friend of mine. But, why worry about Peggy when we can talk about us?
Now you got me stuck. Go on that horse of mine. He'll graze himself clean out of this country if I don't get him. Excuse, please, will you?
Well, lights now.
Don't mind if I do.
Well, this is a surprise. I told you I'd be seeing you again.
Yes, it seems to me you did. At the Loma station. About an hour or so before you staged that holdup.
Still sticking to that old fairy tale, huh?
Oh, I suppose there's nothing I can do about it.
Smart girl, aren't you?
I don't know.
Ever see this before?
Why, yes, it's mine. Where did you find it?
It was found in the cabin right after Durango was shot. Can you explain that?
Why, certainly. I often stop at that cabin for coffee when our men are working there.
You can lie faster than a horse can trot.
Drop it. Get out of here. You may be a deputy sheriff, and you may not. But deputy or no deputy, if I ever catch you on a two-diamond ranch again, I'll break every bone in your body. Now, get out of here. I'm awfully sorry this had to happen while you were present. Let's get home.
Just a minute, Drag, till I tighten up this cinch.
Webb, do you trust Fentriss?
Sure I do.
Why? He spends too much time with the Yuma kid. Kid spends a lot of time with Holden. Fentriss knows the kid ain't straight. Why don't he fire him?
I don't know. But I'm telling you, Drag, Jim Fentriss is 100% square.
Jim, look, what a gorgeous view.
Certainly is. The first time I've been up here.
How far are we from the ranch?
Oh, I don't know. To tell you the truth, I've sort of been in a trance lately. You know, dreaming. Just like a couple of kids in school, isn't it?
Sometimes it's fun to be kids again.
You mean it?
You know I do. Look, some of the boys.
That's Holden and his gang. Their hideout must be somewhere down there. You write down the directions as I tell them to you. Sort of draw a map. They're about 1.5 miles from us, turning to the right, going around a hogback. Ride quite a distance, turning to the left. heading straight into a cliff. There's a narrow passage going through. Now they disappear.
Maybe that's where their camp is.
Yes. And by this time tomorrow night, we'd better get back to the ranch.
Jim, I love it here. Will you meet me here again tomorrow when your work is done?
I don't know who's going to keep me away. See you later, Janet.
All right, Jim.
Hey, kid. Why aren't you out working with the rest of the men?
I'm through with the outfit. And with you, too. I'm quitting.
What do you mean, quitting?
I'm sick of your interference. I ought to shoot you.
You don't mean that, kid.
Ah, shut up.
Hey, what's the kid got on Fentriss to get away with that kind of talk?
I don't know. It looks mighty bad.
Found out where Holden is running some of our stolen cattle.
Where?
Over near Lost Canyon. I'm going to take some of the boys and ride over there.
I'll pick my own men for that job when I'm good and ready.
Waiting for Fentriss?
Yes. And if you take my advice, you won't be here when he arrives.
Nice place for a lover's meeting. When do you expect your Romeo?
I don't think that's any of your business.
Well, now, I'm just going to make it my business. Silver Spurs is here. And a map of the trail to my camp. Since Fentriss knows the way there, he can come after you. And when he does, we'll be waiting for him.
Just what do you mean?
Get on that horse.
Investigation's about finished. I got a list of every man that works for Holden.
Good.
And it includes some of your men, too.
Just as I thought.
They're all over to his camp now. It looks like the big raid's on for tonight.
All right, Bragg. We'll get the rest of my boys and ride. Say, have you seen Fentriss?
Ain't nobody seen him since yesterday.
got company. Take her inside.
All you gotta do is just stay here and be quiet.
Boys, Jim Fentriss is coming here. He'll probably bring some of the Two Diamond outfit with him. You get down to Antelope Rock and stop them. All except Fentriss. I want him to get through here alive. Understand? Get going.
Fentriss will come here?
Sure he'll come. He's going to be here within an hour. So you don't know that shortcut. We'll knock him off from that window as he rides in.
That will be a surprise.
Right into the hangout. The boys can take care of that bunch.
Hello,
kid. How you, boys? All right, how you? Where's the rest of the gang?
Down at the pass. We're expecting Fentriss.
Are they going to get him?
They're going to knock off anyone that's with him and let Fentriss through. To us.
What makes you so sure he'll come?
Because we've got Janet Allison in that cabin there.
What you gonna do to Fentriss if he gets here?
Kill him.
Oh, no, you won't. Jim Fentriss is my brother. I may be no good. He's white. Square. And I'll blot the two of you out. If you even so much as lay a finger on me.
Wait a minute, kid. How are we going to know that Jim was your brother?
Why didn't you tell us before? And you mean you ain't figuring to get Jim now?
Why, of course not. Why, we wouldn't think of double-crossing you, kid. You go down to the pass yourself and tell the boys that I said it's all off.
Thanks, Howard.
Are you all right?
Yes, but your brother.
You know?
Oh, yes, Jim. I overheard everything.
I'm sorry. Janet, what are you doing here?
Silver Spurs.
He won't bother you anymore. And we've rounded up the rest of the gang. What's the matter with Jim?
I don't know.
You know, Drag, there's one thing that puzzles me. Who shot Durango?
Durango?
Yeah.
Durango. Oh, I did. You? Yeah. You got my hair.